Well, hello and welcome to another edition of Swamp Talk here on SageGators.com. I'm Brian Cady, the voice of Sage men's and women's basketball, joined by the head coach of the women's basketball team, Allison Coleman. Coach, welcome. Glad to have you on.
Thanks, Brian. Thanks for having me.
First off, 9-5 so far in the season as of this recording, 5-2 in the Skyline Conference. Pretty tight there in the top half of the conference. Overall, based on whatever expectations you and the team had coming into the season, how do you feel like the team's measuring up so far and what you think about the next couple months in the season?
I don't know if we had certain expectations of ourselves, they're the same that we have every year. We want to win the Skyline Conference every year, and I think maybe in the beginning we were trying to win it in November rather than slowly progressing into February when you really want to be peaking as a team. So I think we hit a few bumps on the road, and even though we had a lot of kids coming back that were on the team last year and essentially the same team, we were still trying to find our identity towards the beginning of the year, and I think we're starting to do that now. We overcame a couple injuries from the beginning of the year, so now I feel like we're getting to full strength. So the expectations are always the same. We want to be at the top of the Skyline and put ourselves in a good position to even host a game in the Skyline tournament and then cut down the nets at the end.
And of course, part of that being at full strength is developing the young talent that comes in fresh, like Danielle Stenard, or Jess Patrignani, Lauren Cross, and Megan Flynn, your 4 freshmen that are on the squad. Tell a little bit about what you've seen from them as they've gone through the preseason camp and now how they've been doing so far in this season.
Yeah, so a couple of those injuries were actually some of the newbies. So they're slowly getting back into it right now. Not just the learning curve of playing college basketball from high school, but being shaped and understanding, what we're trying to do here, defensive, offensive philosophies. So they got even a later start than, let's say, Danielle or Jess. I think Danielle and Jess have progressed nicely. They're, probably our 7th or 8th off the bench, coming in and starting to get some significant minutes. And it's funny, after the holiday break, usually you see kind of that light go on, and they just get it. You don't know what really was missing, and you're not really teaching them a different way that you taught them in the first semester, but they just come in and they get it, and you see it, and they have more confidence, and they're really starting to find themselves on both ends of the floor and what they can do to help us.
Now, something that I've noticed, and really should be obvious to anyone who sees enough games to recognize the personnel that's going on with this team, is that between last year and this year, because pretty much the entire core is still around, it's very much a very familial, kickback, kind of relaxed feel of this team. Everybody seems to enjoy being around each other. Is that kind of the atmosphere you try to preach? Is that, this isn't just, a team of 12 or 13 individuals. This really is a family, and you have to be a cohesive unit in order to succeed.
Absolutely. I mean, just like any family, you have your ups and downs, and I tell them I don't expect them to get along for 6 months at a time. They're 18 to 21-year-old women, so there's going to be those problems, just like with any family. But it's not just the team we have here, and what I try to preach is we're building a program, and we're trying to define what Sage women's basketball is. And now I'm my 3rd year here, and now that I have all my kids, my recruits in here, they're getting it, and I think that's feeding into the recruits that have come in, the freshmen that have come in, and they really enjoy being around each other. That I watch film and I see Jen's dancing behind me, before halftime and things, and they're funny. I really enjoy being around them, and I think that's the atmosphere we try to build here. Is that they only get 4 years to do this, so it's all about them. And it's all about their time here, and we try to win basketball games, of course, and they're going to graduate, but they need to enjoy what they're doing in order to do this successfully.
And you mentioned having your recruits and your kids in here. The lone ranger out of all of them that was here before everybody came on board is your lone senior on the squad, Frankie Pearson. Working towards that 1,000-point career mark. All in all, what has she meant for you in developing and trying to build up the kind of program that you've been trying to set up here at Sage, rather than just having a team here and a team there?
I think Frankie from day one has been all in with my defensive philosophies, offensive principles. She's never really questioned, why are we doing this? This isn't how we used to do this. She just kind of followed what I told her, and she's the type of kid that will run through a wall for you. And she's a very emotional kid. She's a very sensitive kid. So she's kind of the one that puts a little levity in very serious conversations and situations with the team. So, I'm really excited for her. She's having a fantastic senior year, and we just want her to go out on top. I mean, she won the Skyline Championship as a freshman, so we would like to bookend for her this year.
Now, real quick before we get to our quick hit segment to wrap it up, the most interesting relationship I think that exists on this team is you and sophomore Emily Parzo, because she is thoroughly convinced that she's your best friend. What is that whole connection, or what, how is that between the two of you?
I think, and she's gonna see this, so I'll say it anyway. We're very similar in personalities. We're very similar with our humor. We're both sarcastic. She's funny because she tries to seek my approval a lot, and I give it to her as far as basketball goes, but off the court, she thinks she's the funniest person in the world, and I tell her she's not funny at all. So we just have that back and forth that we go through, and if you could see some text messages that go back and forth in our group text or between me and her, she and I, she's a funny kid, and I think talk about providing levity in situations. Every single day she makes me laugh. Every Monday I get a Monday morning text or video that's funny to, start my week off right. And I look forward to those, and, so we have a good relationship.
All right, now we're going to try a quick hit segment here. I think you'll do pretty well at this because you're pretty much a, off the top of your head kind of person, so let's see what we got here. All right, first of all, your favorite movie?
Top Gun, Tom Cruise.
Okay.
You asked me quick. You didn't ask explanations.
Favorite artist or type of music?
Favorite type of music genre is country.
All right.
I'm going through a curveball. Favorite artist is Tupac.
Okay, all right. See, if you don't know old school hip hop, because I know that a lot of the student athletes here won't get it, go look up Tupac. Do it for us, please. All right, thank you. If you a favorite venue to coach or play at that's not here at Sage or your alma mater?
I would have to say, as a player, I love playing at Plymouth State University, and that's just because I averaged a triple double there over 4 years. So I always seem to play well.
That's a shocking answer.
And the games are great, and they were competitive, and it was so Plymouth State University. I'm sorry, Panthers.
I'll think you have to apologize. You're okay. Pre-game ritual when you were a player, and maybe if it's something different now as a coach.
As a player, I would completely just try to focus everything, on the game, read my scouting report, and I didn't listen to music on the bus or anything like that. And it was just about the game. Now I think as a coach, I focus on the team and making sure they're ready, so it's less about me and it's more about them and making sure they're good to go.
All right. Funniest coach here at Sage, not yourself. Don't cop yourself out of that.
No, that's funny.
Just you.
I'm the only.
You're the only funny one?
Yeah, I think Coach Cobb, Garrett Cobb, our women's soccer coach, thinks he's funny. Brian Barnes thinks he's funny. See, he's laughing. It's clear again. But I think I'm funny. I think I'm a funny person.
All right. Now I want to do a quick one or the other here. All right. Because I know there's a lot of Duke fans around here. Coach K, or what a lot would argue is the greatest women's coach of all time, Gino Auriemma.
Coach K.
Okay. All right. Any particular reason why? One of the.
No, it's not any knock against Gino Auriemma. I just grew up in Connecticut, and it's UConn everywhere all the time, so sometimes you just need a little change. So.
That's kind of like me with Syracuse, because I can't stand Syracuse or Coach Bayham. So
just make Coach K.
Not me. Nice try. That's a good curveball. Sage women's basketball coach Allison Coleman, and of course, I'd be remiss in not saying 4-time Division III All-American in Eastern Connecticut State, right? See? Got this. We got to fit that in. Coach, thank you very much for coming on. Appreciate that. All right, stay tuned because we're going to have a whole lot more of these great interviews on SageGears.com. This is another edition of Swamp Talk.